Hey everyone, happy Sunday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and that's a big thing in LA, Cinco de Mayo, so there's celebrations everywhere. Okay, what to talk about today? Latest projects. Well, I've been working on those hats, and I have to say, when I first made my first hats, which was like 3 years ago, first time I ever made a hat, it was for a friend's baby, and I had just gotten back into crocheting after not crocheting for maybe 25 years, and so there was a lot of things that I didn't know. I could make a granny square forever, but I had never crocheted around before. That was 3 years ago, and then I started learning amigurumi, but that's crocheting in a spiral. It's not finishing a row, going up, starting a new row. And I had always had problems with the stitch count, where to put that final stitch. Anyways, but I somehow made those baby hats. But then I had kind of avoided hats because I hated that joining the round thing. Well, then I made the Jade & Stitches 2017 calendar blanket, and many of them she starts off with a round circle, but she had this little technique, and of course I've made a ton of amigurumi, so working in a round or working in a spiral doesn't bother me at all. But okay, so I just started this little round just to show you. Okay, now this particular hat or beanie hat pattern called for 11 double crochets in the magic circle, and then of course on the second row you increase by putting 2 double crochets in each stitch, so then at the end of the second row you have 22. But there's that little, let's see, stitch right there. That's not an actual stitch. That's the slip stitch from the previous row. But Jada had this interesting thing. So what she did was she actually crocheted in that. I'm going to crochet that stitch right now. And she only did this for the increased rounds. Then she skipped over the chain stitch, or the chain, you know, how you chain up. And then she went into the first actual double crochet. So then you have that. And you can see, well, the chain stitch gets pushed to the back, so it doesn't really count, and you don't have that gapping. Like I said, it only works on increased rows. And I have 22 stitches. Next time I go around, and you always put 2. You chain 3 to start the next row, and then you put another double crochet in the same stitch. So it's like you're starting with 2, and then you do your regular thing, and then you increase, and so forth. So your increase is always on the first stitch. But then you come back around, and you've got that little slip stitch. You do a double crochet into it, skip over the chain from the previous row, or from the beginning of the row, and slip stitch into the first actual double crochet. And so what I found when I was doing my beanies, as you can see, let's see, where is that seam? See, that's how hard it is to find the seam. See, there's the seam right there, but notice there's no holes. It's just really smooth. Now after that, I didn't do that on the regular increase rows, because there's just, you know, like 55 stitches around, so I did use that chain up 3 as a chain or as a double crochet in all the other rows. But I think that's a really great technique for when you're increasing in the round like that. So just go to her 2017 calendar blanket, look at some of the, like go to the, let's see, go to the February square, which is a, what is the February square? Oh, it's a bear. So just go to the bear one and she'll explain it further. So that's a really great technique. I should also say that until I made that 2017 calendar blanket, I had a horrible time doing that magic circle thing. I just could not get it. It didn't matter who was demonstrating it. For whatever reason, it just was not working for me. And then I watched Jada do it, and I thought, I think I can do that. And I've not had any problem with the magic circle ever since. So thank you, Jada. I don't know why, I just could not get it. Maybe, well, first of all, my left hand is nerve damaged because I had sliced it. I put a knife through it accidentally in a bagel slicing accident, and I literally cut a nerve right here, just completely severed it. So like I have numbness here and here, and it's not a repairable thing. It just is what it is. And so my hand doesn't work real well for fine gripping things. And it doesn't close. I can't, unless I bend it, I can't close it. I have no strength between the fingers. Like, you know, normally your fingers can just grab something. I can't grab anything like that. But now I can make a fist and hold something, and so it's no problem for me to crochet. But anyways, so I think that's part of the problem. But the way she showed to do a magic circle, I didn't have any problems. So yay, I have a magic circle in my little tricks bag. Oh, I wanted to talk about my Arum Italicum Marmoratum. That little plant outside that is now blooming. But it has just begun to bloom, and it has a long ways to go, because right now it kind of looks like a little bit of a calla lily, but it will shoot up a long stalk and have little berries. Now I should also say about this plant that it is a very poisonous plant. So as soon as it shoots up that stalk, I'll take a picture of it and then cut the stalk down, because the berries are very poisonous. The whole plant is poisonous, and it's considered an invasive species. And what did I do? I took it from the grandmother's yard and put it in my yard. So now it's invasive in my garden. But you know, I like it actually. But it is considered an invasive species. But I probably will just dig it up and get rid of it. But I don't know when, because I kind of like it. However, if you're going to grow it, what I would suggest is do not grow it in your garden. Get a standalone pot and just grow it in the pot, so that if you want to throw it out, you can just throw it out later. It's a beautiful plant though. But that way it doesn't invade your garden. I guess it can take over like vines and ivy and all kinds of stuff. And it's supposedly very hard to eradicate once it does take over. And I can't say it's taken over my garden. Hopefully I won't have a hard time eradicating it. But I think if I dig deep enough. But the thing is, it has little tubers, and those just spread roots, and they just grow new plants. And so, you know, if you don't get all the roots, they're stuck. And I should say, they were kind of hard to dig up the first time. I mean, it's like those little roots just hung on. Anyhow, I'll put a picture right here of what it looks like in the early stages of blooming. Okay, next, I have discovered my shelves where I keep my yarn. I have one bookcase where I keep my yarn. There are empty spaces on my shelves. And I am just desperately thinking, I need to make a trip to Michael's. Yes. Number one, I want to take advantage of that, of this Craft Smart yarn in the jumbo skeins, which they call Never Enough. You know, and they have 7 different colors or ombres between. There's just 7 different ones that are on sale for the $247 price. And now I know there's a lot of controversy about the Craft Smart yarn. Yes, it's a little scratchier than other yarns, but you know, you can wash that out and get it nice and soft. Also, for amigurumi, who cares? I mean, my amigurumi just sits on the shelf. It's not like a cuddle it or anything. So I'm just thinking, oh, I'm going to go make a shopping trip, and I will just buy as much of that yarn of those specific colors that are on sale that I can find. I'm just going to just wipe them out. Sorry for any other Michael's people in Pasadena, but I'm going to do it. I don't know about the rest of you, but I just never have enough white. Just never. I just run out of it so fast. This is as much of this 1 pounder as I have left, which I can still do a lot with. And then I have a jumbo red heart. That's all the white I have. And I just feel like about a quarter to a third of my stock needs to just be white. I just go through it. It's crazy ridiculous how much white I go through. So anyhow, on to my projects. I have been making hats because I'm just so happy I have that understanding of going in the round and going up, and I can make a hat in about 2 hours because I'm kind of slow. I'm sure a lot of people make them faster, but I now have 10 hats. Yes, and they're not embellished. I still have to do that, but let me just show them to you. Okay, this is the purple one. It shows up blue on the screen, but it's actually purple. I think I showed this one before. I have 3 of the red, white, and blue ones, and they all have a little flag. Guess what? I found another flag. So actually I found more than 1 flag. So I may make some more red, white, and blue ones. And there goes even more white. Let's see, is this one of the new ones? Okay, I got this little one here. And this one. And this one I just finished up this morning. And this nice little 2-tone. And this lovely one. And this lovely one. So that's 10 hats. Now this color right here is Craft Smart, and it was called Maldivian Blue. And if you look back on my videos, I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago, and I had found some on sale in the reduced bin. Well, that's all gone. Used it all. I have used up every single skein of anything teal related. And I would consider this Maldivian Blue like a very light teal, maybe even a, not quite a robin's egg blue, but I wish I had more. I don't. I have no teal. My stock is completely empty now. So, I have all those hats done. I don't know if I'll turn this into a hat or just frog it, because I really just wanted to demonstrate what I was talking about, and I probably completely messed that up. Also, I went out today did a little photography. I'm going to put all the photography stuff at the end. That way, if you don't want to watch it, you can just, you can just click off whenever you want. And I wanted to say hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming on board. My channel is going to be a lot of varied things. It's not all crochet, not all about crochet. I do oil paintings, I make jewelry, I do lots of photography, and of course I crochet and I write. So it's going to be a mixed bag, and I just hope you enjoy the ride, and thanks so much, and I will see you all soon. And now to the photography. Bye-bye.